Alright, this is a 52-inch Hampton Bay brand Sonoma ceiling fan that I got at Habitat Restore, because I'm now a volunteer there. Basically what I do for them is clean up most of their donated lighting and fans. And as you might notice, this has quite a few unusual features, one of them being that it has a very interesting design, kind of like a stained glass theme. This is very unusual to see on ceiling fans. It's mostly turns up on chandeliers, but I've actually really never seen a single fan like this before, so it's truly a masterpiece, I guess, if you want to call it that. And it also is quite feature-filled, like, for instance, as you can see, there's a third pull chain here, and I'll get to that in a little bit, but first, demonstrate the main light. And I am using three 25-watt bulbs, kind of give a nice ambient glow, because I thought 60 and even 40-watt bulbs were too bright. Yes, they are incandescents, and I don't want to hear any complaining about how they're not eco-friendly. That's just a bunch of bull. But anyway, it is wired on a light dimmer, so as you can see, you can control the brightness. Turn that off, and I'll demonstrate another light that it has, which is in the motor itself, and that lights up this artwork over here, which I think is a really neat thing Hampton Bay did. Anyway, I'll turn the fan on now and start with high. As you can hear, it does hum a little bit, but that does seem to quiet down as the fan kind of speeds up. Now, if anyone wants to know information about how fast the blades spin in terms of RPM and how much air it actually moves, that can all be found in the description below, because the original owner was kind enough to include the instructions that came with out of the box, and Hampton Bay decided to put that information in those. So I will put that stuff in the description. Now, surprisingly, it's actually quite a stable fan. It really does not wobble that much. Even on the highest speed, there's barely any wobble, which is pretty impressive. And by the way, if anyone was wondering, it's from 2003. Just if anyone wanted to know. Anyway, here's medium. Comes to a it does slow down a little bit. One thing is, it is quite powerful. It does blow a decent amount of air. Now here's low, and I'll show what it looks like with all the lights on. I think it's actually quite nice and decorative. Anyway, turn everything off here. I'm going to talk about some general info on it. The blades are reversible from kind of like a, I don't know exactly what you'd call this. I think it would kind of be, it's not bleached oak, it's a little darker than that, but it's kind of like a, I guess washed oak would be an appropriate name for it. And the other side is kind of like a cherry. I did choose the cherry side though, because I like it better. I think it's more classy, in my opinion. Also, Hampton Bay is a lighting and fan brand made for Home Depot, and it's actually still around to this day. Except their fans have gotten quite a bit cheaper quality, in my opinion. Though that's just my personal beliefs, you know. I'm not trying to impose that on anyone. Now I'm going to talk about the pros and cons about this model. Like I was saying before, I believe Hampton Bay used to be a better brand, so I think this is quite a good quality fan. This was made a few years ago. And the manufacturer, I believe, is Westinghouse, because a lot of the internal wiring is the same. Also, I believe some of the parts are SMC, like the blades have kind of like a rounded tip. That was a very typical thing on SMC fans. I also like the design on it because it's very unique, and like I pointed out earlier, it's kind of like a masterpiece because there's a lot of attention to detail on this fan, and it's just, I don't know, I really do like it a lot. Now, the cons are, it does hum a little bit. And even though it's almost perfectly balanced, it does have a slight wobble. But other than those few little petty things, it's really the ideal fan. I'd have to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I would have given it 4, except I didn't because of the light up here, and I think that's quite unique. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to leave a comment, you can do that in the comment box below. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this wonderful fan.